NHS is an amazing institution that gives people what I consider their basic right. So your basic rights, in my view, are the rights to education, and that includes education about your own body and your health, and the right to health. And actually, if something happened to me, my family, my loved ones, my friends, I wouldn't want that to have to be assessed about my availability of income to be able to make sure that my life is saved or that I'm kept fit and active.
Without the NHS, I wouldn't be able to have this done. There's no way I'm going to be able to afford it on my salary, and it means everything. And the NHS is a great, fantastic organisation.
I think we get a lot of support from the public, which is really, really great, because we're here to help them at the end of the day. I just really thank them for their support and things, because it's so valuable to us. We don't do this job to get thanks, but when you do have a patient that thanks you, or friends or family or relatives, it means the world to me.
Well, I think we're all aware of how valuable people feel the NHS is. I'm sure you've heard that before. They feel it's theirs. I think they have a global pride in the NHS. It's held up as being a flagship. It's often looked to in other countries, free at the point of delivery.
The staff are fantastic. Can't ask for anything better. I've always said that, as far as I'm concerned. The National Health Service is brilliant. What we do with it, I just don't know. You look around yourself when I come here every 3 weeks, and the amount of people that go through Melinda is unbelievable. That's when you go into reception and you see how many people are there, and the organisation is fantastic, as far as I'm concerned.
Here in the intensive care unit, I think they value the contribution we make, how caring, supportive and knowledgeable we are as nurses in the care for their relatives and for them themselves really. We have an extremely large amount of comments and compliments from them.
I think it's an amazing service. I would be absolutely distraught if I thought we'd lose it in any way, shape or form. It's every element of taxpayers or funding or anything we can do as a society to pull together to keep this in place benefits us all. There is no point in anyone's life that they do not seek some sort of medical care, whether it be because they're giving birth to a child, they're having an optical exam for their eyes, they've had an accident, it can be anything.
I think what gets me up in the morning is knowing that I can actually make a difference to a patient and actually make them smile and help them to actually get better. And that's what I really enjoy, is seeing patients smile, because you've done something worthwhile.
Coming to a time now that it's probably 2 generations, coming up to the 3rd, that's always had the NHS. They don't know what it's like without the NHS. If they did, they wouldn't be mourning, they really wouldn't. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's anything that this country should be really, really proud of. I think it's the NHS, I really do. I'm getting choked there.
I mean, in the basic sense, it saved my life. For a 2-year period, there were people within the NHS that I was seeing more frequently than my family or friends. So they kind of almost became my life for 2 years. So it's a funny thing to think about an experience which was obviously a horrible one, but also to think that it would have been so much worse without the help that I received.
If you ask people who've been into hospital what their experience has, 90% say it was excellent or it was very good. Now, I don't think that's just because they've got a sort of halo effect after they come out of hospital. It's because when you actually experience the NHS at its best, and often it is at its best, and see the commitment of people within the NHS, the public quite rightly says, my goodness, they appreciate what's done.